Welcome to the 174th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic again. I am Tiger Height.
Yes, you are Tiger Height in the gallery.
I don't know where that came from, but
I had nothing else to say.
we have, other than introducing yourself.
You know.
Oh my God. So, we're going to get into some drama because this is a very fun special episode we have been dying to do. But before, let's talk about drama and more specifically ratings. A lot of people are getting tired of the ratings war between AEW and WWE, but if you're a television show, it's the metric you should care about.
Yeah.
Of any metric you should care about when it comes to a television show, it is the ratings. I don't care how good the show is. I don't care if they put $1 billion, trillion behind it. If people are not watching, the people who make the decisions, so the executives of the television network, are going to say, I don't care what you
Warner
do,
Bros.
we're gone.
Yeah, Warner Bros. Discovery is not very happy with the numbers so far.
No, Fox pulled out, and with the Netflix debut of Raw, and also, if I'm not mistaken, the second simulcast episode of Dynamite on Max, on the streaming service, which has not been released, but I heard from reports, I guess internally, so take this with a gigantic grain of salt, that the numbers were actually worse than I thought they were. I heard like 51,000 people watched it.
Yeah.
Which is really, really, really bad. But let's get into the first thing, and that is Tony Khan's fragile little ego getting in the way. His little fan base, little toxic crony cult members, the little freakazoids, they're justifying this. Chris Charlton, I keep doing that. I don't know why. I want to say stun, but no, it's Ton, who is one of the commentators for New Japan, the English part. He's fine, not the best, but you know what? I haven't watched New Japan in a while, so reintroducing it. He was put on indefinite suspension after Wrestle Dynasty because of his comments that he made towards Tony Khan and AEW. One, he was 100% right. Tony Khan is a money mark. He is a fragile little pussy, and this just 100% slam dunked it.
Oh, yeah.
Where a person's job is on the line because he made bad remarks. Oh, no. That's not even his boss.
Right.
If Tony Khan told whoever's running New Japan to go and brutally behead this person and rape the corpse online,
they probably,
he ain't gonna last.
Right.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Nobody else cared. They're like, okay, he's just making remarks and he's always right because he's like, they poached all of our talent. Tony Khan did. He's a money mark. He is. There was no promotion regarding Wrestle Dynasty on behalf of AEW. There wasn't.
No.
It's a double standard because Gabe Kidd, I would say even was meaner. And yet, totally fine.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It is.
This is the most petty thing. And if you can sit there and say that they are just, this is 100% justified, you're a moron.
Right. It's not.
Now, if he said that too online about his own bosses, sure. They have every prerogative to do that because he's bad-mouthing his own boss.
Right.
But the last time I checked, the guy is not working for AEW.
Right.
He's working for New Japan.
Right.
So this is just ridiculous. If Tony Khan wants to get back in any sort of good graces with anybody with a fucking goddamn clue, this would be totally rescinded or he would make a public response to it because this is burying him faster than everything else I've seen. It's crazy.
It is.
Speaking of great numbers, let's talk about good numbers because this is awesome. And these are accurate, by the way, because Netflix put out a press release regarding these numbers.
Yes, it was Netflix that put out this press release.
2.6 million households in the United States alone. And this is not counting the simulcast, because I think they sold this stuff on USA, did they?
Nope.
No?
No.
Oh, I don't know what people were talking about, like 594,000.
I don't know.
Maybe that was AEW's number. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't remember.
But this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
These are, I mean, they're not going to get to the Nielsen ratings when it came to the Attitude Era, but this is why they switched over to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
If WWE continues to pull off these kinds of numbers per week, they're going to be happy.
I don't think they're going to do that, but it's a lot. It's a big number.
It's a great number.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're right. They're probably going to get back down to, 1.5, 1.6.
Yeah, like they always have.
Yep.
This is a different platform now.
It's a different platform, and it is a better platform because obviously it worked somewhere. Who knows? Maybe the numbers will go up.
Right.
Maybe they'll go down, but streaming is the one connection where people are watching everything now.
Yeah.
So might as well be on a gigantic platform like Netflix, and I'm sure Netflix is just thrilled to bits about this. And the excuses come out from the marks talking about, they don't care about ratings. You do care about ratings. Because once again, ratings are the literal, they're the antithesis of a good show.
They're the benchmark.
Exactly. You're a television show first and foremost. If you just want to be a wrestling promotion, great. Don't be on television.
Right.
Period.
Most wrestling promotions are not on television.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yep.
Heck, that midget wrestling, it is on Discovery Plus, and they're fucking crushing it. But once again, they're there to entertain. And if you have an entertaining, compelling, good fucking show, you keep the numbers. But clearly they're not anymore.
Yeah.
I think part of it is the fan base. I think part of it is just like Ibu, this fucking idiot, where it's just defend at all costs, where people look at this and say, I don't want to be associated with these people at all. Just at all. But I think the biggest meltdown when it came to the ratings war, especially when it came to NXT, which almost hit 1 million people.
I know, that was crazy.
And The Rock was announced like last second for that. So it's like, okay, clearly... And the last segment did not bump up the numbers to totally sway the average, because that 9 whatever, that was the average across the board.
Right.
So that's awesome. Dave Meltzer was the one who had the biggest meltdown. I wanted to respond so bad, but he blocked me a while ago because I called him a dumbass. Well, I didn't call him a dumbass. I just made him look like a dumbass. But that's not really all that hard to do. You just have to tweet at him something that'll where his pussy is not powdered, and he'll block you immediately, because he is not only fake news, false information,
but he's also being paid by Tony Khan.
Right, exactly. But this was the funniest thing, and I can't wait for these numbers to come out. If you don't know who Brian Schwartz is, he is the president of this...
Schwartz.
Bradley. Did they say Bradley? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Bradley Schwartz. He is the current president of the CW. And because of the fires, I think this is a good idea overall. People were a little bit distracted regarding the fires going on. Will you stop? He's like, we're going to do a replay. We're not going to know these numbers until...
There's going to be a replay on Saturday night, same time as Collision.
Well, this happened.
It did.
It happened last night.
Yes, it did.
So we're not going to know these numbers until later, but this is going to be fun. I can't wait to hear all of the fucking excuses.
Yeah.
All of them. And it's like, Bradley, if you want to...
I mean, hell, what's better than a Chris Jericho versus Dax Harwood match? Am I right? Fucking Christ.
That's going to be next week's match. Apparently, it was like really, really bad.
It was really bad.
But we have a really good topic, and there's a match involved with it. So I'm like, I'll worry about that. But I think that is it for me for wrestling drama. Yes, it is. So wrestling drama is done there. Very much a ratings-based drama, because there was not really a whole lot outside of that going on. No gigantic fights or anything like that. I got into, I wouldn't say necessarily, I got into a response battle, not battle necessarily, but Gail Kim responded to me regarding why I call Sean Ross Sapp a piece of shit, and I was right. So Gail, I mean, you're awesome. You seem like a genuine person, but I guess some people are friends with dirtbags all the time. So there we go. Also, I'm still recovering from my cold, so be prepared for that. When we come back, Peanut Gallery.
Let's talk about some stuff.
We have some news.